tell you I hope that you understand why these things are.
Something about the snow feels magical. It's the perfect weather to sit down with a hot drink and write a story, or cozy up and read a good book. It's the perfect weather to feel inspired.
Cold, romanticizing our love has got so much worse now.
Hello, loves. It's me, your girl, Tatiana. And this week, we are going to try and finish what we started last week. You know, before things got a little out of hand and I made things complicated. If you still don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about the outline and the character development for my novel. I'm currently participating in NaNoWriMo this month, which is the National Novel Writing Month, where we try to write 50,000 words towards our project in the month of November. We are starting week 3 and there are still some holes in the foundation of my story, which makes sense. I didn't spend a lot of time on the outline beforehand, but I'm starting to really feel it. Now, fortunately, with the help of this bad boy, I think we're in a good spot with knowing what we need to do, but I would like to figure out some of the details for how we're actually gonna do it. We finished off last week with 30,410 words, and we did not start off this week all that strong. Instead, we only did 1,152 words yesterday, which is a whopping 848 words shy of our daily goal. Because honestly, I'm trying to do 2,000 words every day. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Now that is a lot of number talk, but the point is we're trying to catch up on words moving forward. And because of some of the outline work I've already done over the past couple of days, I'm back to working on the actual scenes of the story again, which it's been a while. It's been a while and it feels good. Admittedly, I am hoping that reworking some key moments and fleshing out those details will help me figure out the best way to flesh out some of the final scenes. So that means we're actually going to be working on the outline and the rough draft at the same time, at least for a little while until I figure everything out. Hello, hi, good morning. So today is Friday, November 18th, and before we get into our NaNoWriMo reading update, first off, check out my fit. Like, I feel so cute. I decided to go red because it's been a while, and I actually wanted to wear something like this for my teal wig when I was all like, I want long hair, but I only had access to my blonde one, so I went down and found the correct ones, and this is so much more me. I'm feeling it. This is my new thing. It totally fits the vibe. So here we are, and then I put together my regular tops, but it's now cute skirt season, so that's what we're doing. I feel really cute, so don't mind me feeling myself. That being said, I have started this morning reading a little bit of Save the Cat Writes a Novel. I have some super adorable footage of Kiwi being all up in my business as I was trying to read and annotate this, which obviously I'm going to put here so you can see her cuteness and just what I have to struggle with when I'm trying to read, and she's all like, oh, now's the moment that I'm gonna sit in your lap and be adorable. But yeah, that was some fun times. I am still really enjoying the book, but at this point it's now going through a bunch of different novel genres that don't necessarily fit with what I'm writing. I do still want to read it because there's different parts that are still useful for me to know, but it's not as like engaging as it was in the beginning when it was giving me general advice that applied to exactly what I was working on. So that's where I am at with this reading. I do want to focus on getting my NaNoWriMo words in for the day. So I have been actually reviewing the outline that I ended up working on the last couple of days and did a good chunk of yesterday. Yesterday I took the outline and worked on the first new scene based off of the outline that I have. One of the things that I'm trying to do now is I'm going to be working on the scenes and then revisiting the outline and filling in some of the gaps, because there are still parts that aren't super fleshed out. So I do still have work I need to do. And so for the rest of this vlog, hopefully I'm going to be filling it out. I just felt like I needed to have a better idea of how the characters interacted and things like that before I did that. I still need to like really figure out the character development for Isa, the second twin sister in the story. I have a pretty good understanding of who she is, but not necessarily what she's going to be focusing on during the story, if that makes sense. Like her personal story arc needs more work. Like I have a couple of ideas, but I don't know if they make the most sense for this story. So that's something that I do need to figure out sooner rather than later before I get too far into working on these scenes. But the first couple of scenes I'm pretty happy with for Shay, who is the main character of the whole entire thing. So that's kind of where I'm at. I want to say I'm really excited, and I guess I kind of am, but I'm also a little bit nervous because like it's hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is hard. Just find myself procrastinating and just kind of like relaxing and watching videos, especially because I've been playing around with physical planners, although I'm still using my iPad mini in this Moterm case as my primary planner. That being said, I did order a new planner and I busted out my old TN, which I'm using as an inbox. I do really like this, and I'm, like I said, using it as an inbox, so just like random notes are going in here. So we're gonna get some more planning videos on this channel because I'm a fan. I know some of you guys are a fan, and I just wanna like branch out a little bit. It's primarily a reading channel, but we're gonna have some more writing stuff, and then we're gonna have some planning stuff, and then some more vintage stuff. But yeah, that's where we're currently at. I'm gonna get to writing, and I'll give you an update after on how this is going and if this is working or not.
What's the chance you're calling me out? What's the chance I'ma hear it coming out of your mouth? What's the chance you're putting me out? What's the chance I'ma hear? I don't love you, don't wanna lose your love, and you don't wanna let go. What's the chance you're calling me out? What's the chance I'ma hear it coming out of your mouth? Now you won't know my time, babe, but I can't even stand being with you. You stay on my mind, yeah. Typical of me, I'm confused. You're calling me up, picking you up, and fucking you all night. I never know where it could go, but know that it won't be the last time. We fall asleep, wake up and act surprised. Sex was a secret, now it's an open lie. Remember I was wrong, I was stoned, you were like, oh, oh. You had no love for me like, oh, oh. Probably cause you don't wanna reflect, and the reason why you can't get all upset. What's the chance you're calling me out? What's the chance I'ma hear it coming out of your mouth? What's the chance you're putting me out? What's the chance I'ma hear? I don't love you, don't wanna lose your love, and you don't wanna let go. So what's the chance you're calling me out? What's the chance I'ma hear it coming out of your mouth? See tables turning outside down. Once you see the figure you out, you used to keep me on the sideline.
Okay, so quick writing update. It is currently Saturday, November 19th, and it is already 4:37 p.m. and I've only written 360 words today, and I am struggling. It is not coming easy. Yesterday it wasn't coming easy either. Like, I am just finding myself trudging along, and not getting much done. I wish I had focused on trying to write earlier today when my brain was functioning better. Like, I'm already getting to the end of the day. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So this is just not the best scenario. Right now is the time for me to do all of my writing. And it's just not happening. So fortunately, I have the next week off for Thanksgiving, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to do some catch up, because I don't imagine I'm going to get that much more done today since I'm already struggling like a lot. Like, I'm at 34,000 words so far, and now I'm hitting a huge roadblock, which is frustrating because I feel like I had just kind of gotten around the last one and immediately have run into a more of a mental roadblock that's very frustrating. So that's my update. Good morning. So today is Monday, November 21st, and I have some updates for you guys because yesterday, I don't think I'm going to include this footage because I was a mess, but basically I was considering to completely scrap my story, start over fresh, do a practice story, and come back to this later. But in the process of trying to come up with what that practice story would be, I did start filling in some of the gaps for my main story. And so now I'm just kind of like, you know what? As much as I wanted this to be me really working on the zero draft, I think this is really just going to be me fleshing out the outline with just a little bit of me working on the zero draft, and that is okay. I need to accept that. I've been so upset and like not happy with how things are going because I've been setting expectations that just really don't match with where I'm actually at. And I knew when I decided to do NaNoWriMo this year that I didn't have all of the information, so I don't know why I was expecting to somehow be able to do a zero draft without figuring all of these details out when my story is kind of complex. Not only do I have two main characters in the present timeline, I also have some characters in the past timeline, some different mysteries that we're going through, some different elements that they're facing. There's kind of a lot to it. And so I feel like allowing myself and really allowing myself to just spend the rest of this challenge trying to figure out that stuff is definitely freeing, because this whole time I've been trying to just like rush through an outline, get it done so that I can get back to the zero draft, and then getting frustrated when I still had a bunch of questions that weren't answered. So I am still going back and forth because I think it is useful working on the zero draft while I'm figuring some of this stuff out, because I answer questions in that process or even come up with questions that I wasn't aware I had when I'm trying to work on the zero draft. So there is something really good about that. But yeah, I will say I need to do a lot of catching up. If I don't write anything today, I am on track with where I'm supposed to be in NaNoWriMo, so I would no longer be ahead. I have already written 1,000 words, so 1,153 words today. I'm trying to get to at least 3,000, which is 1,000 more than what my daily goals were. But the past like 4 days, I haven't even hit 1,000 words a day. Like, I've been in the 600 word realm for each day because I have been struggling like so hard. So I'm so glad that I'm sort of on a roll. Like, I'm not really, because there's still stuff to be figured out, but I'm working on that. I've also done two other things. I busted out my negative traits thesaurus and figured out which traits best fit the flaws that I was trying to give the characters and get a better kind of idea of what kind of characteristics go with them and things like that. So I am better fleshing out my characters and their flaws and how to work around that and how that will affect things, because I know that some things that I'm doing, at least with Shay, the main character, have been a little bit contradicting to the flaws that I was trying to give her because I wasn't 100% clear what the flaw is. So that's something that I'm working on. And the other thing that I ended up doing is I ended up busting out one of my Victorian house plate layout guides things and found a couple that I can actually use for my story. I haven't actually looked into it too much. So I actually did this for the other story that I was gonna do, and I was like, oh, I'll do this cottage. It's a little bit smaller. I don't have to worry about it. I want the house that the girls are in to be massive, especially because part of it is out of commission. So I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna go with this house, which has this ridiculous layout. And then I'm gonna have to figure out which ones are kind of boarded off. Now, admittedly, I originally wanted to design the layout and just like use these as inspiration. But I need something to go with, which is why I just picked something and I'm all like, this is the house that they're in. I'm gonna use that for the like floor plan and stuff. And it's possible that in the next rewrite, I might modify it and change things up. But I think this is going to be something that will help a lot because not knowing what the house looks like is killing me. So that's where we're currently at. I feel like the beginning of this vlog, I was like on top of my shit in terms of vlogging and how I wanted to document everything and what I was gonna focus on. And then writing kind of kicked me in the ass. I'm just trying to recover now. So yeah, fun. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, that's my update. I guess it's time to get back to work. Okay, hi, hello, it is future me because I forgot to end out this vlog. Unfortunately, I was planning on doing a ton of reading, but that really didn't happen. I did have, although I think technically this is for the next week's vlog, but you're getting a little sprinkle of it. I did have the Besties Book Club live reading sprints where we were supposed to be reading Mistborn, which is the November-December pick for the Besties, and we'll have a live show to go over it sometime in January. So if you're interested in joining us, this is what we're currently reading. But I actually didn't read it this round since we don't do any spoilers in those regardless, but I ended up reading the Hacienda instead because obviously I wanted to read spooky books for this and we didn't do that this week. So I did a little bit of that next week. Hopefully I'll do some more. You'll have to see. You'll have to come hang out and watch the next video to see what we're up to because a lot of stuff goes on. There's some things happening. But yeah, this week was an interesting one. I hope you enjoyed. If you stuck around this long, include some sort of drink emoji and I will catch you in the next video. Until next time, bye! Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and stuff. Join the fam. Become a channel member. All that good stuff. Okay, bye.